Why did the USSR not construct military bases on Indian soil if India was a vassal of the US? Excuse me, what? Okay. If so, first of all, you are assuming, sir, that India was a vassal of the US. And then you're asking, why did the USSR not construct military bases in India if India was a vassal of the US? Uh, India was nobody's vassal. Okay, I've taken this question because many people assume that maybe India was a vassal of the USSR, maybe India was a vassal of the US, maybe India was someone's vassal. So let's understand what the deal was in the 20th century. India was nobody's vassal in the 20th century. India was a very mediocrely run country, no question about it. Very, very poorly run country. Terrible governance. The way the economy was mismanaged was terrible, and so on and so forth. I have discussed that at great length on this channel. We all know that. But what does vassalage mean? What does it mean to be a vassal? It means you are a subordinate to a more powerful nation or empire or kingdom or whatever, right? It means subordination. Vassalage means subordination. Now, was India a vassal of the US? Absolutely not. I mean, who even can imagine that? But some people would ask, was India actually a vassal of the USSR? So the question you have to ask yourself was, did India subordinate itself to the USSR? Did India subordinate India's interests to the USSR's interests? Which means, did India sacrifice Indian interests for Soviet interests? I don't think that is the case. Right? We neither sacrificed our economic interests, nor geopolitical interests, nor security interests, nor foreign policy interests, etc., for the sake of the USSR. We had close strategic alignment with the USSR. We had close ideological alignment, socialism, etc., with the USSR. There was strategic convergence between India and the USSR, particularly against Western influence in the subcontinent and overall in Asia. There was no question about the fact that there was significant convergence between India and the USSR. But the USSR did not control India's territorial integrity, India's borders. They did not control that. They did not control India's economic matters, economic choices, economic strategy, tactics, whatever. The USSR did not control India's domestic decisions or foreign decisions, right? And actually, India's policies did not always align with the USSR. India sometimes even diverged with, Soviet preferences, so to say. For one example, Christmas Day 1979. What happened Christmas Day 1979? The USSR invaded Afghanistan, erstwhile Gandhar. India opposed that. Now, would a vassal ever dare to oppose something its master does? Impossible, right? So the point is, India was no one's vassal. India was a mediocre country in the 20th century. It still is to a large extent today. Okay, let's not fool ourselves. But we are way less mediocre today than in the 20th century. We are actually going in the right direction, slowly, incrementally, gradually. India is a nation of incrementalism. But despite all the drawbacks and all the troubles we faced in the 20th century, all the misgovernance, all the whatever else, we were still not anyone's vassal. Okay, so let's be very clear about that. India was not a vassal of the US or the USSR in the 20th century, and that's why nobody was able to construct military bases on our territory.